Welcome to this Design for Change YouTube channel. Thank you for subscribing here. In this video, we are going to see the trends of 2024, what has been trending. Particularly when it comes to design community and the emergence of tools, it keeps on upgrading. But in this video, I'm going to show you why certain sustainable practices are important and why having the trend is also very important and how to even predict and take a control of that trend. Okay, let's jump in. First of all, let me be very clear. Do not always be a trend rider. I just make a caution because in this video, you're going to see the trends, you're going to see the future. And also I'm going to tell you at the end of this video, why in 2025 also, we have something which is very common to whatever you're doing now. But you should be a little cautious that trend is always keep on changing. But until your basic fundamentals in design is not strong, until the reason why you're designing and what is the reason for it and what problems are you really helping people to solve or businesses to solve, you cannot really predict the trend, how it is happening. You will be not able to control it. You will not have any kind of a convergence over that. You will be in a different track and the trend keeps on changing, right? The way in which the AI is taking over, the Gen AI, it's very different. You know that. So with this caution, I'm just starting this because trend keeps changing, as I rightly told you, okay? So in this video, we're going to cover AI and the machine learning, how it's really changing. And I'm going to show you some case studies as well, how you can real time, okay? And also parallelly, I'm going to show something like how you can create some sustainable practices using the design and how you can create some inclusive design, because a lot of people, what happens is they were not able to create a sustainable design practices. They were having little they were having only for the particular target audience. They don't know how to make an inclusive design. They don't know how to create it for sustainably for everyone. Okay, that is becoming a big problem. And also we are going to see advanced Figma techniques, because Figma is one of the latest software which is evolving and a lot of people are using it across the globe. So we need to know the techniques, what is emerging, and also in 2025 how the particular trend is getting emerged. Okay, so this is the thing. So now let's come into the AI tools, because we know a lot of things about AI and also we know how it is actually creating a huge ripples. But let me tell you what AI and ML is doing for this design. Okay, this is enabling you to learn and improve from the experience without any explicit programming or coding. You don't need to have that knowledge. That is the great advantages of solving problems through AI tools and also with the machine learning techniques. Okay, and there are a lot of tools. I would say Adobe Sensei, it's one of the great tools to automate your repetitive tasks, because Adobe has recently launched this particular tool, and also particularly it enhances your workflow. Particularly if you're a designer, freelancer, someone who's working from morning to night in design, Adobe Sensei helps you a lot in going forward. It's a paid tool, but anyway, that is actually the thing. Okay, next is called UZARD, UI Zard, user interface Zard. So this creates some sketches into some digital designs. Okay, let me show you a case study also for that. Next is Sketch to React. This converts sketch design into responsive code. Like let's say, okay, I'll go to UI Zard. Okay, I'm just sharing another tab where you can see UI Zard. Okay, yeah. So here I'm just logging in. Okay, I'm just logging in. It's a free account. You can create it out and you can try it out. UIZARD.io. Okay, you can able to try that. What happens is in this particular tool, the moment when you give some sketch or the moment when you give some idea, okay, like let's say I'll show you live now. Okay, like let's say there's a new project. I'm going to a new blank project. I'm going to make it for the mobile app. Okay, this is majorly for UI. This is majorly for user interface and experience is what I'm going to show you in this particular video. Okay, so now I'm going to add something very interesting. Instead of using any templates, what I would do is I would start with designing. Okay, I would scan from the screenshot. First of all, I have something like a screenshot which is already there with me. Okay, I would go for mobile application, which is very good for me. Okay, I'm not uploading this image now. I just took one image of my student who has recently did one sketch. I'm just uploading it. Okay, I have to make a mobile application out of it, or I wanted to create some kind of a prototype or a wireframe. All these things could be very easily made, guys. This is the AI tool which converts your sketches into wireframes, prototype, and it links you in a lot more different way. Okay. Okay, it's a screenshot idea. I'm just uploading it. You previously selected a generated image for the mobile, just like a desktop screen. Please sign in again. Okay, I'll go for the desktop then. No problem. Okay, let me make a minute to adjust the user interface elements for you. So now this tool is generating that particular UI element based on the desktop. Maybe the resolution of the image, whatever you put, it's actually taking for the desktop. Okay, here's your screenshot. You can add to it canvas and do it. Okay, place on canvas. Okay, yes. So Here, what you can do is the moment when you keep this particular template, you can start designing here. If you want to add any kind of a style, or maybe if you want to add any kind of a design here, you can able to do it. Same like whatever we are doing, layer adjustment and everything. Okay. Here, you can also use something like an interact feature. Okay. Show all interactions. And then you can use something like what you call scan from a wireframe sketch. I'll do this. Probably I'll do with another sketch also so that you can understand better. Okay, I'm just creating another image in order to create a wireframe also. So whatever sketches you have, whatever ideas you have, whatever raw tools and ideas, whatever you've already implemented, or maybe you have an idea, you can able to create that. Okay, so now look at this, guys. This has generated an image actually. This has generated a very good what you call layout. Look at this. This is actually a project which is used for comfortable seating of the chair, improving the ergonomics of the people, and also this improves clearly seating posture of a user. Okay, so one of my student has did this project. I just took the screenshot. So you can able to put that same screenshot here and take a user interface element out of it, or maybe create a wireframes out of it. Look what's happening. Can you see this? Okay, I'm just bringing it out here. Just a second, guys. It has just moved up. Just a minute. So, can you see? It's made a project called GoPro. Okay, and connect earbud with the phone headphones, and also it gets connected. Case cover is there. Power switch on. Okay, setup use. So this provided like a particular mobile app in which he can able to create more wireframes from it. Okay, earlier he just had a sketch. Earlier I just uploaded the sketch in front of you. Now there are options available. What you can do is you can click and add a lot of interactions to it. You can add a lot of wireframes to it. You can add components to it. You can arrange this element in a different way. Same like Figma, whatever we are doing. Okay, this is one of the great AI tools, guys. Like if you put your entire wireframes, whatever you have in your paper or page, sketch or something, put it inside. Just a raw sketch. Okay, the moment if you're able to do this, what happens is you will be able to get an interactive element out of it. So this is the output. And if I put a very complex sketch, it sketch out. If I put a very simple block diagrams, it will produce you a simple block diagram. Whatever is you're producing for mobile, for desktop, for tablet, it's possible. This particular tool is called UIZard. Okay, so it is very, very useful and you can able to try it out. And similarly, you can use Sketch to React. And these are all some of the common tools which is recommended. You can do certain case studies, guys. Like let's say Netflix, Airbnb. These are all personalized UI driven by a particular user. Like let's say each and every people has a login, each and every people has a different user experience, right? So try to create more wireframes, try to create more prototypes, try to sketch yourself first and then upload it in this tool, and then you see what happens. Okay, you can try for Airbnb because these are all very proven things which you've already seen, so it's much easier for you to replicate those screens. What are the practical application of all these things, Jagdish? It actually optimizes your user flow. I told you, right? It would take a lot of time to build a user interface in Figma with that kind of clarity. Where you have a tool like UIZard, it makes it very simple. And also it enhances the accessibility because these are all certain things which is already proven in the software. You can take an advantage of that. Okay, image recognition improves your accessibility and it will give you proper accessible inclusive design, which is WCAG compliant, which you do not have to worry much about. If you're doing it manually, it will take a lot of time for you to read that guidelines, align with this. Think about it. Okay, and it's a data driven insight. So AI analyzes your data to provide insights for better decision making, right? Let me tell you guys, AI can contribute up to 15.7 trillion to the global economy by 2030. It is more than any country put together. 15 points is a huge impact. That much of potential is already there with AI tools and the way in which the Gen AI is evolving. 68% of the marketers believe AI will improve the user experience. Okay, Adobe has really proven the statistics. So these are all some machine learning and everything. Okay, let me give you some sustainable practices because I told you if you're learning only the AI tools and if you're and the sustainability, it will be okay. So the definition says that create a very good product process that minimize the environmental impact and promote sustainability. Maybe if you're doing physical products, maybe if you're doing connect different businesses and customers, make sure you keep in mind because that is the actual evergreen trend with respect of any year. Okay, even though this video might be covering some trends, but you need to understand sustainability and having this design practices will keep trend forever. Okay. And eco-friendly materials, like let's say if you're a physical designer, if you're an industrial product designer, let's say if you're a product designer, you're designing something like a cup, you're designing something like a mug, you're designing something like a pen. So this is actually very important. Use biodegradable materials, use low impact materials. It's a trend. You need to understand. Same for digital designers. This is also very important trend for you. Okay. And you can use something like a cradle to cradle design. There is a book called Cradle to Cradle. Okay, you can read that book. It's a very wonderful book, and it's also, this entire book is made from the sustainable plastic. And you can take this book and see how they have exactly implemented those things in their book itself while printing it. Okay, they've used sustainable ink, they've used sustainable plastic also to create that. Okay, circular economy principles, designing products that can be used, reused, refurbished. Okay, there is a book called what you call Thinking in Systems. You will know how systems are connected and interconnected between product and services, and how you can able to reuse it. Okay, then there is something called energy efficient design, creating products that can consume only less energy and create low impact for the planet. Okay, of course it reduces the carbon footprint, it promotes your healthier environment. And let me tell you guys, Ellen MacArthur Foundation found that adopting circular economy principles could generate 1.8 trillion benefits by 2030. So imagine how much design industries are going to come here, how much startups are going to come here, how much freelancers are needed to support it, how much design consulting agency is needed to support it, right? It's happening already. That much of people require graphic designers, they require UI designers, that much of people require product designers, UI UX designers, experience designers, problem solvers, strategic thinkers. Already the market is wide open for you. You can see the statistics, okay? And Nielsen Norman found that 66% of the global consumers are willing to pay more for sustainable brands. Yes, you can use the sustainable brand yourself. So that's the trend. So it's good to understand trends, but let's understand how it is inclusive for the inclusive design principles also, because a lot of people having a special needs. Ensuring the products are accessible and usable for many people as possible. Like, let's say if you're catering people market, let's say if you're catering for the dumb and deaf people, let's say if you're talking for the people who are having reading visual disparities, how you can able to make it compliant, how you can make it inclusive, your product is what is important. Okay, so designing products that can be used in multiple ways, that's the flexibility. Simplifying designs straightforward in order to use it effectively, but ensuring that the products are perceivable, make sure it is usable. You have to follow something called WCAG guidelines, guys. Okay, you can read about it. If you're making something very usable and useful for the entire mass market, you need to understand these kind of statistics are very important. And also you need to take care of heuristic principles. You need to take care of evaluation criteria, how this is usable for any people, every people. Then it makes a lot of sense for you. Okay, and there are a lot of materials. You can use Microsoft Inclusive Design Toolkit. You can use WCAG, which I just told you now. You could use heuristic principles also, which is also a very good way to analyze and understand how this thing. Jacob Nielsen has actually this has been already formulated. You can able to find it. Okay, so some of the tips I'll give you guys. Designing for visual impairment. I told you, like, you can use readable fonts, you can use visually contrasting and you can use some screen reader compatibility, speech recognition. You can also use subtitles and visual alerts and text alternatives, which is the most important feature. And you need to understand, you need to use very clear, simple, readable, and uncluttered layouts. Then and only you can able to ride the trend, guys. See, even understanding the bigger AI tools, if you're not making it usable, if you're not making it inclusive, I don't think your design will have any significance. You will be just a trend rider, not knowing what has really happened before and why certain basics never change. Why certain basics is always an ever trending trend, which cannot be changed. So these are all the things which I wanted to cover you. Okay, that's the reason I told you in this video you're going to see the sustainable practices and inclusive design also. Okay, so now let's get into a very interesting name, which is called Figma. A lot of people know Figma is actually a tool for collaborative design environment, and people use it for creating prototypes, wireframes, and they share their design idea and brainstorm it in real time. Okay, so people have a comments and feedback, and this allows particular team to do it. There are a lot of softwares, guys. Same like Figma, we have Miro, we have InVision. Figma does more extensive prototype and more interactive graphics and everything. Okay, and it can able to even store version history, it tracks your changes, what you're doing, and multiple team people can use it. Same goes for Adobe XD, Sketch, and everything also. Okay, everything has its pros and cons. I would recommend, there is a podcast I've recorded for 25 different parameter comparison for Adobe XD, Figma, and Sketch. It's a 20-minute audio. I've detailedly recorded each and every parameter, why that particular tool is used for what kind of a people, and why it is advantage and why it is disadvantage for you. You can able to tune to my podcast channel Design for Change in Apple Podcast and Spotify. You can find that. And go to my channel and search this keyword AI Figma tool. You'll find that podcast and you can listen to it. Okay. So It particularly helps in interactive prototype and creating more animations, which is possibly not which is not possible in Miro and InVision to a greater extent. Okay, Figma does it very beautifully, and also many components and library can be set as a kit so that you can able to use it perfectly for your design. You don't have to worry much and break your head. All these things are already created and you can reuse it again and again. Okay, you can maintain a style guide, you can maintain a consistent palette, and you can do everything else. Okay, Figma's user base grew by 300% in 2020. And its old statistics, it has grown even more higher. Okay, UX tool survey found 77% of the respondents used Figma as their primary design tool in 2021. So what does this say? You are in the right track. Okay, let's come to the last part of this video. We have seen about AI machine tools, we have seen about sustainable design practices, inclusive design, Figma techniques. The last is design trends. What is design trend 25? See, it is actually evolving. I told you, right? We are also evolving, society is also evolving, environmental is also evolving, tool will also evolve. People problem solving ability will also evolve. So that based on functionality, aesthetic, technology, and I'll add one more thing, emotional. Because without emotional, it can't be made equatable for the people. It will be just lying around. You need to be a little careful about it. Okay. UX trends. What are the trends which is happening right now? You can see immersive design for AR and VR, and there is something called XR also available, extended reality. Extended reality, which is called XR. XR is actually a trending, which is a mix of augmented reality, virtual reality, mixed reality, hyper reality, and extended reality is even more immersive than the trend, whatever is happening. In fact, in my project, I did extensive work on extended reality project to help doctors solve some of the complex problems for their training and other purposes. Okay, this is one of the confidential projects we did. But the thing is, this is actually happening in the real-time market. Okay, it's not even a trend after 5 years. It's happening. And also, you can use voice interface, you can use tactile feedback, you can use trends like, let's say, tactile interactions can also be planned, and you can use air tap controls, you can use haptic controls. Okay, you can use gesture based. So all these things are actually a part of extended reality itself, and people yet don't know what is this. It is actually happening in the trend. You need to understand in the next year when you're working in any projects or any design studios, this would have already come into the market. And also micro interaction, the sauce, animations, what people really make is actually very interesting. Because of that only the user engagement insanely goes up, and you can understand this particular thing in your mobile applications and everything. Okay, you can do that. I'm sorry guys, just a second. Okay, and also apart from this UX trend, apart from this UI UX and all these trends, you need to understand there are product design trend also which is happening, which is called UI UX design, digital way you're saying. I'm saying about the industrial product design. Okay, like let's say if you're taking industrial product design, modularity is becoming a big trend. Okay, it's already a trend, but it will be evergreen. Okay, so people know that modularity is going to have a lot of impact because people want compact, people want something which is interchangeable, people want to use it flexibly, people want to use it anywhere, everywhere, and it should be super good and flexible. That's the reason people expect this modularity. Smart products, people want to use this integrated IoT technology and connect it for their different products. They wanted to understand it, how it can be useful for their own products, whatever they are having in their home or maybe in their office or something like that, right? So it's already a requirement. And biomimicry, most interesting guys, is one of my favorite topic as well. Okay, designing products which are more close to the universal law and what nature has already proven, which is very good products. And you can imagine if you are using this as a smart design and connecting with IoT and AI technology and biomimicry, you would have literally nailed the product design whatever you're making. This is exactly what is going to happen in the next 2-3 years, guys. And you will know there are much faster technologies also coming, like 5G, blockchain, decentralized and secure transaction, quantum computing evolving equally to AI. And it's most famous in Israel and other countries also, but people are all working on it. It's like they are making it affordable, they are making it industry producible, and also they are making it more scalable, how people can able to use, how common public can able to use this quantum computing in a more extensible way. So people are already working on it. So these are all the trends which is already available. And you need to understand one, Gartner has predicted that by 2025, 40% of all mobile interactions will be facilitated by smart assistants, like AI tools, like this kind of a quantum computing tools, which is going to take over. And also, AR VR spending will reach up to 160 billion by 2023. It's already there. Okay, it's not even 2024. It's a little old statistics, but the prediction is very high. In fact, the growth rate is 6 to 7% is what I recently saw. Predicted. CAGR, the cumulative annual growth rate, is growing at this 6 to 7%. So you can see how the trend is definitely happening. We are not just learning AI and ML tools. We are not just seeing sustainable, inclusive. We are not just seeing advanced Figma tools. We are also seeing how the future is going to be there and how we can bring a big difference there. Okay? So, are you a trend rider, or are you going to make a sustainable practice which is evergreen? If you're a trend rider, write trend rider. If you're a sustainable practice guy, put sustainable. If you want to be a holistic guy, type holistic guy. Okay, be honest, and also share your top 3 learnings in this video, because the moment if you reflect on this last what you call 20 minutes of whatever video whatever content you observed, and then if you're not able to recollect, then you will not remember after a day. So I would recommend you put your top 3 learning and write it down and comment in this video before you leave. I'll definitely make sure you follow it and reply for each and every comment, guys. Okay, take care, all the best, see you.